Hello, 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 and welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. I would like to thank you so very much for joining me today for this edition of Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under Stamp with Shel, on Pinterest under Shel Loves to Stamp. I blog daily at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. If you live in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Note that I have weekly workshop orders that go in Mondays at 9 a.m. Okay, friends, that is the business end of this. Let's get crafty. Today we are featuring two new bundles, one bundle, one stamp set. The Let's Set Sail bundle that is found in the new mini catalog, as well as the Special Moments stamp set, which is a celebration freebie. And I'm also using two more items that are new. The Daffodil Afternoon DSP, which is in the celebration flyer, as well as the New Horizons DSP, which is found in the new mini. And I am just going to give you guys a quick flip through of this stuff. It is abstract paintings, but it can be scenery. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful stuff. Look at that. Isn't that something? Flip side is blue sky. As you can tell, I've been into this a lot already. I'm just going to flip through here. Look at that one. Hillsides. There's another, looks like a shoreline to me. It can be whatever you want it to be. Let's check this one out. Look at that. This is actually the paper that we're using today. This exact piece right there. Look at that. This stuff is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So make sure you check that out in the new mini. And that's called New Horizons. Okay. Also today, we are going to be using a smoky slate ink pad as well as some bumblebee gingham ribbon. And our cardstock today is going to be Bumblebee, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to sit this out of the way so I don't get glue all over it. For the inside of my card, as always, I have a piece of basic white, which will give us a beautiful place to write our greeting. And typically I like to make vertical cards, but today we're going to go this way, horizontal. And here's the daffodil paper that I chose, and I did the fussy cutting before because I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me fussy cut. And this is the top of that piece of paper I just showed you that I'm going to use for a sky background. So this is longer than my paper, so I'm just going to be careful. And I could have cut this, but I didn't want any of the yellow to show from the card base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, and then I am going to trim off the excess. And I'm going to put that right down on the desktop, and then give it a belly rub so that we don't have any yellow peeking through the top edge. All right, I've got glue all over me already. Welcome to Crafting with Shel. All right, now I am going to take No, that's not going to work. I'm going to take paper snips or maybe long scissors. Sometimes I find long scissors are easier to cut a straighter edge. All right, so there is our sky. And the reason that I did that first is because I need to place these flowers. I can't go too low or the yellow will show. You see what I'm getting at? So I am going to, we may have to trim just a bit off when we're done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to trim. Actually, if I'm smart about this, I can use that bottom edge as embellishment on the inside of my card. Look at that. I can cut that and just add a little bit of interest down here at the bottom of my card. So I need a different paper trimmer because that one will not work for what I want to do. I want to trim this down to 5 1/4. And then, yep, that's going to work. All right, bang, bang. So now I'm going to be able to put some adhesive on this and just add a little bit of interest to the bottom of this card. There you go. All right, now this is actually longer than what I needed, but I did that on purpose because I want to have a little bit of wiggle room, and we'll trim off the excess afterwards. So let's get some adhesive on here. And I'm paying particular attention to these pieces at the top because if I don't have adhesive on them, I'm afraid they may tear, and I don't want that. All right. There we go. We'll go across there, and then we will pop this in place. This card, truly, the DSP is doing all of the work for us, every single bit. As you can tell, this card is basically cut and paste because the beautiful imagery on this DSP is doing all the work. Now, I lost my paper snips. There they are. I'm going to do a little creative cutting there. Isn't that pretty? All right. Ooh, it was actually bang on. I don't have to cut anything. That was luck. All right. And I would like to have a bow on this card. And I don't know whether I want to wrap it around or cut it off. I think maybe, let me see what this cuts like. Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to get some sticky strip and we're going to just put it across the front of the card. If I can find my sticky strip. Well, sir, did I do it? No, this will do. All right, so down at the bottom, let's make sure that this isn't too wide. Ooh. We'll give it a whirl. All right, I'm going to put this across the bottom where I want it. And then we will trim off the excess. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to burnish that so it sticks really nicely to the card. And then we are going to take our paper piercer, or maybe there we go. Peel off the backing. And then I'm going to pull this taut so it's straight and lay this in place. And then we'll trim off the ends. And I didn't do that one very well. There we go. And then it looks like it's wrapped around, but it doesn't mess up the inside. All right, now here I have a bow maker, and we're going to make a bow to go on here. Just to add a little bit more visual interest and a little bit of grounding, because that is a very, very busy DSP in my opinion. All right, now we're going to need a glue dot or two to put this bow on. And I think before I put that on there, I stamped the "You Are Wonderful" on this tag, and this is tag that was pre-cut in my stash from the Many Messages bundle, but it's pretty long, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it down and make it a little more manageable. And I don't know whether I want it on that tag or if I want it on that tag. Thinking the tailored tag punch. I just pulled two. And I'm going to stick my bow here, kind of on a jaunty little angle. And then I'm going to grab a couple more glue dots just to put my tails where I want them. There we go. All right, now this guy, we can glue this together and then we will put it on a dimensional. Just like so. And it's a pretty card. I love it. And because I'm going over the ribbon, I'm going to put my dimensionals at the top and bottom. Right? Just like so. And now all we have to do is trim those tails. And I just realized this second that I forgot to do something. I was supposed to stamp. Ooh, that doesn't look very good. I cut too much of that little bow off. So let's cut this one down to match. And then we'll bring it down here. There we go. We can live with this. I was supposed to stamp some of these little birds up in the sky. So I never do this ever, because whenever I do this I mess up, but we're going to try it. I'm going to get my birds lined up and inked up, and I'm going to see if I can put a few in there. Cross your fingers. All right. Now I'm going to clean this stamp, and I'm just going to ink 2. And I'll put 2 there. And 2 up here. There we go. I didn't mess up too badly. How pretty is that? I think that's pretty. I think my tag's a little crooked. So we'll swing that down into place. There we go. I think that's pretty. And like I said, the paper did it all. Basically took 5 minutes to fussy cut that out, and that is printed right in the paper. It's the whole sheet. Half of it, it just goes like 12 inches wide of this pattern at the bottom and then at the top. So you can cut it up into sections and make quick cards just like that. Once again, that is a Celebration freebie, and it is called Daffodil Afternoon. So there, my friends, is your card and the supply list. I hope you enjoyed this lunch break with Shel, and I hope to see you here again real soon. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Central Standard Time. Thanks, friends. Bye-bye.